No, 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 no.
Stay savage, your boy ShinoBeenTrill. What's poppin'? Today we are back, and guess what? We got that Boruto feed. Yes, we got that Boruto food, that Boruto goodness. I know a lot of you guys have been asking, yo, where the hell you been at? What's up with the Boruto video? I did take a day off, taboo. I can't really do that because one day in YouTube time is like fucking 10 years, you know what I'm saying? So like I did take a little break. I took a day off and shit like that. We didn't have a Boruto video yesterday, but today we got the Boku no Hero live reaction, and like I drop alongside that all the time a Boruto video. This time we're gonna be talking about chapter 24 and some of the speculation and some of the spoilers that have been released. It's nothing too like detrimental to the like chapter 24. You don't see anything in terms of like giving away the entire plot. You kind of got a brief summary, something that we always see. Like it's always like a synopsis. It's clearly something along the lines of what we talked about, how Kawaki and Boruto got linked up. They eventually got to go back to the Leaf Village to report it to Naruto, and shit falls along those lines. Now a lot of times after like a major event happens in the anime, we all start to see like everything come down. We start to get a chill, but like I'm not getting that vibe. I'm not feeling that, because right now if you think about it, Kashin Koji went through some great lengths to attack Boruto. I feel like he's going to report back to the inner Kara, and as soon as he get back to the inner Kara, the outer Kara are going to contact the inner Kara, letting them know that we have eyes or we have sight on the vessel. Because at this point in time, there's a lot of speculation about who is with the Kara, who is like amongst the team and shit like that, who is part of the inner and who's a part of the outer. Because like we have people like Owl just come out of nowhere, and my dude was a part of the car, and I was like, hold up, dog, like what the fuck? So it's like we're gonna see familiar faces become like super fucking traitors. It wasn't one of those things where obviously we see people that just pop up and we know that they're villains, like what I'm saying, like we saw with new members of the Akatsuki. We knew Akatsuki members were villains off the back. When we saw Hidan, he was new. When we saw Kakazu, he was new. When we saw Deidara, he was new. When we saw Sasori, he was new. But they were all introduced in the Akatsuki, versus we have people that are familiar to the franchise, familiar to the series, people that we thought were good guys or work with certain people, and we saw like they become villains. They don't become heroes, they become villains that actually worked in the shadows for this organization for a really long time. And that's something we saw with Ao. So at this point in time, I do believe there's a traitor amongst the Hidden Leaf Village. I don't know who exactly it will be, but I do believe like somebody that has been like reoccurring in the franchise is probably going to be a traitor. And I think that intel is going to get leaked out about Kawaki being at the Leaf Village, or at least the movements of Kawaki are going to be tracked in towards the Leaf Village. And while that's going to happen, you guys see like this familiar presence of like what the Akatsuki did when the Akatsuki wanted Naruto. They made their presence known. They went directly to the Leaf Village. Obviously they were looking for Naruto. When they found out he wasn't there, they found out he was with Jiraiya. Clearly Itachi and Kisame went after Jiraiya, trying to find Naruto. Essentially, he obviously ran into Sasuke because Sasuke found out that he was after Naruto and shit like that. But like the whole synopsis was to go after Naruto, and that was like the major factor of Itachi coming to the village. Now a lot of people are going to say, well, he also wanted to warn Danzo. This is true. He wanted to warn Danzo of his promise, and he wanted the Leaf Village to keep their promise to him and protect his little brother and shit like that. Now in terms of like the Leaf Village and what to expect for this chapter, I do believe it's probably not going to cool off right away, because like if you guys remember, Jigen was talking about how important this was. It wasn't that necessarily like expensive in terms of like they weren't about finance, because like you got to think about it, they have a lot of money. If these guys are influential, clearly they have a lot of money, they have a lot of pull. Now we see the one female car member talking about how expensive it was, and she was upset talking about how much it cost and shit like that. But I feel as though this is more important than like money. I feel like this is more important than all that shit to Jigen, because Jigen specifies on unlocking something. So when it's terms of like this being important, that means they'll do anything to like get it back. They'll go through any lengths. They'll go and attack Naruto. They'll attack the whole entire village. They'll ravage everything just to get Kawaki back. And I feel as though this is about to happen. I feel as though like they're not gonna be on some super attack the village type shit, because they are weary of Naruto, and that's something Kashin Koji put out there. He said obviously we thought that the one that defeated Momoshiki was Naruto Uzumaki, the 7th Hokage. So he thought that was going to be his true competition. That was somebody he was really gonna have to worry about. Not to mention Naruto is already strong as fuck, and a lot of people are already weary of Naruto, and they basically always try to watch their backs in terms of what they do, because when you sneaking around and you got people like the 7th Hokage running around, you can't just make up a silly mistake, or you can't just go around frolicking with certain villages, because you have these incredible powerhouses ready just at the fucking snap of a dime or at a single pin drop to basically take down any enemy. Because if you guys remember when the whole fucking Ryogi arc was going on and shit like that, you saw fucking Naruto at the same speed as a bullet train. You know, he was dipping. Like, Boruto didn't even know what he was. My man was gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like when you see like shit start to unfold and you start to see like a lot of bad stuff start to happen, you got to think about like who's in charge of the village this time around. It isn't like the people that we knew of the past. Now clearly the third was strong, Minato was strong, you know, Tobirama was strong, the first Hokage was strong, but like Naruto has surpassed all of them in terms of expectations and in terms of presence throughout the shinobi world. Like, you know what I'm saying? In order to unite the shinobi world, you have to be one, strong, and you have to be like charismatic, and you got to be like on a whole nother level, you know what I'm saying? And so for Boruto to have to like go through this and have to deal with this, it's gonna be iffy, because I feel as though now that they know that he has the karma seal, they're gonna start nitpicking with him. I feel like one or another Kara member is gonna go with like some outsider Kara members just to kind of like a scouting, just to like, you know, check in on the Leaf and see how their defenses and shit works. Because if they got like, you know, some type of intel going around, because that is something that we've seen them speak heavily about, talking about their intel and their influence in other villages and other like communities outside of like the main branch of the Kara, you know, we're gonna see them start to use that and put that into play, and we're gonna start to see them exercise that shit, and we're gonna see like some strategicness from the Kara in terms of what they know about the Leaf Village already or what they're trying to find out. So they can always send out a scouting party with like one member of the inner Kara, you know, leading that party in order to figure out and nitpick and see who is doing what and who has what, or where exactly Kawaki is and how they gonna basically infiltrate and shit like that. And then they can send out another team as in another wave with like 2 other inner Kara members basically going to fight full-fledged in order to get Kawaki back. And you know, obviously at some point or another there's going to be an issue that goes down, and you know, Naruto is going to get separated from Boruto and Kawaki, and then Boruto and Kawaki are ended up probably going to go with them. But right now, you know, it's a lot of speculation. But for chapter 24, I feel as though, you know, once they get back to the Leaf Village, they're going to be waiting on some Kara members somewhere between the road to getting to the Leaf Village or somewhere at the beginning gates of the Leaf Village, and then Naruto is going to have to intervene, or some of the higher ranking shinobi, some of the like teachers or something is going to get involved. Because right now we really do not have a clear-cut idea of what's going to happen. We just know that the mysteriousness of the boy is about to be revealed in terms of the synopsis. Now with the Kara kind of popping up at the doorstep, I feel like it's going to be one or two things. I feel like it's going to be like them honestly getting to a full-fledged fight, but I still think it's a little bit too early on in the franchise for them to be going head-to-head with the Kara. Or it's going to be the Kara kind of making demands or making themselves like apparent. It's like, hey, this is our organization, this is what we stand for, this is what we want, this is how we're going to get it. You're either going to give Kawaki to us, or we're going to make plans to invade, and the next time that we meet will be the destruction of the Hidden Leaf. And I feel as though they're going to start to put like some type of like, you know, propaganda into the Leaf Village, basically letting people know that the time and the era of peace is no longer there. You know, obviously we had these moments in these times where Boruto has seen the village riled up. You know, obviously when the Byakuya gang popped up, everybody was in the unrest, everybody was going after, you know, Denki's father and shit like that. We start seeing all type of shit unfold. You know, we start seeing that peace start to just disappear, it started to diminish. Now I feel as though the Kara is going to infiltrate on that a little bit more, and I think it may be something even further. I feel like if they have some type of secret information, they might like leak some intel or leak some information about like what the Leaf Village has been doing to other villages, causing a civil unrest. I think that's what they're going to try to aim for, try to get the people riled up, not necessarily attack the village right away, but you know, just try to cause a disturbance in that normal life pattern and shit like that. Because you know, it's been 10 years of peace, nobody's really worried about anything. Everybody's, you know, the only thing they're really worried about is like petty theft and shit like that. Because like in the Byakuya gang art, they talk about how, you know, obviously there's a time of peace, but there's an inflation of people who have money and people who don't have money. So it's like the people with money get more money and the people who are poor stay poor. You know what I'm saying? So obviously it becomes like a civil battle in terms of like income. You know, it's like a poverty battle. You know what I'm saying? It's like a class race. You know what I'm saying? So obviously I feel as though like the Byakuya gang was like basically like the pawn to let us know about what's going to happen with the Kara, and the Kara is probably going to be the one to exercise, you know, basically stirring up all the commotion and all the civil unrest against the village, and try to basically turn the village against the government and shit like that. And you know, try to get the villagers, try to fight like the higher ups of the Leaf Village, and talk about how, you know, they only use the village for their selfish gain and shit like that. And you know, they're always hiding intel, and you know, even then they can expose the secrets about the Otsutsuki members and how there are other Otsutsuki members out there, as well as like the village how they have been inspecting or like looking at other Otsutsuki ruins without actually letting people know. Because you know, Naruto and them kept the Otsutsuki ruins ruins and like their secrets a high priority mission, and he didn't really include any other villages on it. Now clearly we know Chojuro and Gaara might know something, saying as they're the closest to like the Leaf Village, you know, in terms of like friendship and shit like that. And we've seen that with Sasuke, and you know, Gaara basically talk about how he was attacked by Yorushiki. We saw that in the anime versus the manga is completely different, but still, you know, it still could play off of that because, you know, the manga is still a little bit ahead, so they could still take key factors that we saw in anime and like implement them in there. Like through all these actions, they could cause a real big distrust in Naruto in terms of him being the Hokage, because when you start to offer up this ranking system of peace and shit like that, or you trying to, you know, be like peaceful with other villages, you're basically asking them to be transparent with you. So in order to be transparent with you, you have to be transparent with them. And since Naruto has been keeping secrets about the Utsukis or operations that are hidden in the background, if the Inakara do have intel or have like a leak or a mole somewhere inside of like the higher ups of the village, they can expose that and make everybody else turn against Naruto as well. And then obviously Boruto is going to have that major factor where he's going to come bring some disgrace to Naruto or something like that, or he's probably going to befriend Kawaki and takes Kawaki's side versus Naruto's. You know what I'm saying? It may be a little different, and I feel as though Boruto may see like his dad as a traitor or see his dad as a bad person, because Kawaki does seem to be a kid, and I feel like Naruto is going to blame it on Kawaki, causing Kawaki a liability in terms of the village. He's essentially going to say, yay, this village is basically need to be protected by me. This kid is a liability. As long as he's here, you know, the village is going to be under constant threat. We should get him out of the village. And I feel as though Boruto is not going to want that. But even still, like the car are just popping up the village alone. This probably reminds you guys of the Kingdom Hearts shit when the Organization 13 popped up in Hollow Bastion and all that shit, you know, Radiant Garden, before it was known for its true name. Like this is like along those lines. I feel as though like Boruto and them are gonna get back to the village, and then all of a sudden on the Hokage faces we're gonna see like the inner car members pop up, and they're gonna make some type of announcements like either hand over Kawaki the vessel, or we will ravage this village, or we'll wage war against the Hidden Leaf. And then, you know, they're gonna dip off, and they were like, this won't be the like the last time we meet, but the next time we meet it will be the demise or the destruction of the Hidden Leaf, and we will come for you, the Nine Tails and shit like that. So I don't know how this is about to plan out. Overall, you know, let me know your personal thoughts and personal opinions. I think it's gonna be really dope to see how like this shit start to spiral and then events are gonna unfold, because if you think about it, you know, you have the car already, like just this badass group that we know nothing about, who obviously have something to do with the Otsutsuki seals. If you look at Jigen, he has a seal on his chin. You have Kashin Koji, a person that can use the Rasengan. Now a lot of people speculate that he's Jiraiya over and over and over and over. At this point in time, I don't get it. Like Jiraiya was old as shit, you know, so if Jiraiya was old as shit, Kashin Koji got called a youngin by the elder car member. It's like, it just don't add up, you know. Obviously he did a Rasengan, but I feel as though this is gonna be a more connection for Konohamaru Sensei, because at this point in time there is nothing really special about Konohamaru, and I feel as though he's gonna either have to fight his father, and like his father's gonna be like, oh, you're still weak or some shit like that, you know, the third Hokage ain't teach you nothing, and he's gonna go into Sage mode, or Konohamaru is just gonna be the Iruka Sensei of Team 7, which is odd because we had Kakashi, who was amazingly lit, you know. So I don't know how that's gonna pan out, but at the same token, you know, I want to see it go in a great favor. But still, you know, we're gonna start to see like all these great events start to unfold. You know, we got all these other fucking car members that we don't know anything about. You know, we still have people that we still want to know about. You know, we don't even know the true extent of Kawaki's abilities, outside that he has amazing combat ability, outside of him having amazing taijutsu, something he was praised for by Konohamaru Sensei for defeating all the puppets and making it so far out. And on top of that, he didn't necessarily just beat them, he like smashed their heads and like broke them shits off. Like I'm talking about literally took chunks out of their skulls, like, you know what I'm saying. And then he basically, in order to do that, you have to be really strong already. It wasn't something that it was just like miraculously happening, you know. So with that being said, my name is ShinoBeenTrill. Stay true and stay real. Let me know your personal thoughts and personal opinions, like always, in the comment section below. Let me know if you think the Kara are gonna basically wage war, or they're gonna give a warning to the Leaf Village in the comment section below. And with that being said, finally, have a blessed day, and until next time, see you guys later. Bye, Z gang gang.